Hey, it's Jarrett from Palm Tree Content, and I'm here to give you some quick tips on how to film yourself. I just want to start out by saying thanks for watching, and this current composition that I have set up here, I like for a couple reasons, which I'll get to. But first, let's start with some phone footage.
Okay, for those of us starting with content on our phones, which is probably how most people are going to do it, this is kind of an optimal setup. I am using the front-facing camera so I can see myself on the screen here. It makes filming easier, and I'm using cinematic mode, which is why the background is kind of blurred out. Not every phone is going to have cinematic mode. If you have an older phone, it's not going to. So no big deal, just use your normal filming mode. Also, technically, if you use the other camera, the one that's facing away, you're going to get a nicer looking image. But I'm willing to sacrifice that for the ease of actually seeing myself. It makes things a lot easier whenever you're filming if you're gonna actually see yourself. But if you were to use the other camera, it would obviously look a little bit nicer. They do sell this really cool thing. It's like a Bluetooth monitor that magnetizes to your MagSafe, and then you connect to it. So if you wanted to use the front-facing camera, you could still actually see yourself on that monitor. So totally recommend that. But the main things that you want to be on the lookout for whenever you're shooting your on your phone, be in an area where it's not loud. You can hear me pretty good. I'm nice and close to the phone, so it sounds nice. There's no lawnmower or anything going off. The street isn't full of a bunch of cars. I'm close to the camera because I'm not using an external microphone. You could, obviously get further away, but now it's not going to sound nearly as good because I don't have an external microphone. So that's the first thing that I recommend you upgrading, is getting something to hold your phone and then a microphone. In the future, you'll worry about a new camera, but for now, just use your phone, get yourself a nice tripod or a stand and a microphone, and you can make really good looking content. I'm gonna move this around here. Phones are so good, like you almost can't go anywhere where it looks bad, but you do kind of want to avoid like being completely backlit. Let's see if I can get out here. See, I mean, even that still looks really good. And hold on. Yeah, it looks great. You can, don't buy a camera, just use your phone. It looks so good. And then here, the shadow's terrible, but you just kind of find yourself a nice spot. Look at that. Got some flowers in the background. We're in cinematic mode, and this is looking pretty good. So just do that. Grab your phone, get close to it, and then whenever you're ready to upgrade, you can buy a microphone and a stand. One other tip. Okay, now I am using the front-facing camera. That's because I wanted to use a funky lens. I'm using the wide angle, which looks really cool whenever you do stuff like this. So if you want a cool way to stand out and look interesting, you can do stuff like this. Hey, here I am to talk to you about X, Y, and Z. Use that wide angle lens, or once you upgrade to your external microphone, you can try using a telephoto lens. I have no clue if I'm in frame. I have no idea. One more quick tip. Always think about where your video is going to be seen. Even though you're watching this on YouTube, I'm actually filming this vertically because I'm sort of simulating Reels, which is probably what most of you guys are going to be using video for, short form Reels and TikToks. So that's why I wanted to show you vertical. But if I was filming something that I knew that was going to be on YouTube or like a website, I would turn the camera sideways and film horizontal. Vertical for social media, for short stuff. For longer form, usually you're going to want to do widescreen.
There are two main things that I like about this setup, and the first thing is depth. When I talk to anyone about shooting their own content, the first thing that they usually say to me is like, oh, I have a cool wall in my office, or like, oh yeah, I've got this cool wall in the living room. And that's fine, but let me show you why I like this better. So just take it in. You can see a lot of stuff going on back there. I'm shooting with a nice camera, so we've got that nice depth of field where things are a little bit out of focus. I also have a cool wall right here. we've got one of those like geometric things. So I'm gonna just resituate things here and show you what it would look like if I just shot against the wall. Okay, check out my cool wall. My handyman Chris made this for me. Let me know if you need a handyman. Chris is awesome. So this shot's fine. If you don't have a lot of room in your space and you want to set up something like this, go for it. I think it looks fine. I would like it, again, if there was more depth here, if I was further away from the wall and I could separate myself from the background a little bit. But 9 times out of 10, when people are talking about doing their own content, this is what they're envisioning. Like, oh, I have this cool wall, let me shoot in front of it. But for me, I prefer something with a little bit more depth, and I think it just looks cooler. So let's go back to that shot. Back to this shot, which I said I liked for 2 reasons. Number 1, depth behind me. Number 2, simplicity. The camera is right in front of me, I can touch it. The microphone is on top of the camera. It doesn't need a battery. It plugs straight into the hot shoe of my camera. I don't have to worry about levels. It does all that on its own. And the fact that I can just turn the camera on and hit record is awesome. I can take this camera out, I can hold it, and I know everything's gonna sound good and I don't even have to think about it. That is huge. And it's like, I think I mentioned, it's sitting on a tripod right here in front of me. And the light, I've got a chandelier up here that's shining a little bit of light on my face. It looks good enough. You know, I could do a video like this, but why don't we go one step further and make it just a little more awesome, okay? So you've got your phone maybe on the tripod right here. You've got your depth behind you. You've got your microphone. Now you're ready to add a light into the mix. So let's do one of these cool transitions. Ready? Put my hand right here. Okay, what do we think? I have added one light. I darkened the camera a little bit. I set the white balance so that this light sort of matches the ambient light in the room. And I think this looks pretty cool. Like I could do a YouTube channel here. Let me show you how everything is situated here. Gonna turn my phone on here and hit record. Okay, there we are. You can see the camera on the tripod on the table. Microphone's up here. Light is just off center to the camera and it's right there. And it's pretty close. I'm touching it right now. So the closer these lights are, the softer they're gonna look. And I like the definition that you get when it's off to the side a little bit. Sometimes people are tempted to like put 2 lights on either side and just sort of like blast. But we get a nice little bit of shadow on this side and it adds a little bit of, I don't know, I think a little something extra. Do you guys see my dog walking around? He is totally beside himself right now. I'm shooting this at like 11 p.m. and he absolutely knows that we should be snuggling right now and not working on videos. But I just, I love you guys too much to not help you shoot better videos.
Hey, future Jarrett and Blue here. I should have mentioned something when we were talking about phone video. The hardest part of recording video on your phone is the workflow. If you're just doing short clips, no big deal. You can just airdrop it to yourself. But if you're going to be recording longer clips, that gets a little more difficult. And there are some cool things you can do where you can record to an SD card on your phone. So if you'd like to know a little more about that, just reach out to me or let me know in the comments.
Okay, thank you for watching like my first official YouTube video. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Let me know if you have questions below. Also, I'm sure no one's gonna see this video other than the people who like I know in real life because I'm not a famous YouTuber yet. So if you have questions, text me. I'm happy to help you find the right gear to buy or the right setups for the best looking video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.